Good evening, everybody. Evening from my point of view, but nothing is set in stone. It's all about the view or the point of view. And for some of you, it might be morning, evening, or for Venerable, it will be during the night. And this is the third of the meditations, the awareness of body and mind. But it will also culminate with the recitation of the Mani mantra, which I obviously love. It's such a wonderful mantra. So if you do have a mala, please bring it into this practice. And we'll begin with a meditation just to help us put into the proper frame of mind for this introduction to the Tantra course. And while we are meditating with the mind, we bring the body into the meditations. What sense would it make to just talk about our minds and disregard the body, because then it would be just a talk about mind and no aggregates, no senses. So think about your attitude or posture. Allow the meditation to proceed smoothly with good concentration and clarity. Be mindful of when you're dozing off or experiencing sinking, laziness, or getting overly excited. So see if you can apply the antidotes. The most important thing is obviously to have a straight spine, the trunk of your body. So be comfortably upright and straight, but not too exaggerated. So while we adjust our seated posture, keep in mind an image that might help cultivate both the stability that supports calm concentration and alertness that supports mental clarity. Imagine being like a huge tree, sending its roots down deep into the earth, and bring your attention to the place where your body makes contact with the cushion or chair, and follow the roots as they reach down through the cushion, through the floor, deep into the ground, until you feel well anchored to the earth. Allow your mind to make contact with the stable earth energy below that supports us. Feel well anchored, rooted. And we'll stick to the visualization, the imagination, thinking that a tree sends its roots down to the earth, and these roots absorb nutrients from the earth that are drawn upwards, up through the roots and into the trunk of the tree from below, up through the branches until they reach all the way up to the uppermost leaves, drawn by the energy of the sun. In a similar way, imagine that the energy we have contacted by sending down roots into the earth begins to rise slowly and deliberately up through the trunk of your body from below. And this energy makes its way up through the spinal column, up through the back of the neck, and the back of your head, up all the way to the crown. Feel that every step of the way, this slowly rising energy gently releases tightness, restrictions. At this time, you may wish to allow the body to sway slightly back and forth or from side to side. This gentle swaying motion can aid in the release of these pockets of prostrated energy. and then let it come to an end. Now take a little step further into thinking that the energy that has been rising up through the trunk of your body continues straight up and out of the crown of your head, up through the ceiling, the roof, through the atmosphere, and all the way out onto the farthest reaches of space. And as our mind contacts the boundlessly of space, it effortlessly experiences the boundless expansion of clear, unobstructed awareness. And you will remain in this boundless state of pure awareness just for a short moment. Now allow your attention to descend slowly from the boundless space above ourselves, down in through the crown of our heads, down through the back of your head and the back of our neck until our attention comes to the rest in the heart center, deep within the center of our chest. That location, that space, that's the center of our awareness, and it remains in contact with the earth element below and spaciousness above. The earth element imparts to our mind a sense of calm, stability, concentrating our attention, allowing it to remain fixed on any object of our choosing. With the aid of the space element above us, our mind experiences its own spaciousness, clarity, and alertness. In this way, our mind achieves balance and poise. If the earth element predominates and we begin to feel heavy, dull, drowsy, sleepy, we just turn our attention to the space element and feel refreshed. If the space element predominates and we find ourselves feeling vague, lightheaded, distracted, scattered, we can turn our attention to the earth element and ground ourselves once more. It's all about balance. It's the same balance that we experience with finding our center between excitement and laziness. Constantly applying the antidote, not too much, not too little. And now imagine that the essentially clear consciousness residing at the center of our hearts take on the aspect of gently radiating white light. This light actually comes in all the colors that exist, but it's just dominantly in the white aspect. It's a construction of the mind because white implies purity, purification, being clean. This white light is full of warm, healthy, meaningful energy like an illumination that would sink into any object when it reaches these compounds. So this light, if it reached darkness, it would be dispelling this darkness. If it hit organic material, a tree, the tree will grow, find nourishment. This white light now assumes and adopts the nature of loving compassion, the heartfelt wish that all beings could be free from suffering and endowed with true happiness, not momentary happiness or getting what your attachment wants, but true, uncontaminated happiness. something very rare, something which you know how to achieve and help people getting just a short glimpse of. Thinking that all beings could have perfectly balanced minds, stable and clear, that their most innate loving compassion, wisdom, and skill could manifest effortlessly, bringing true satisfaction and fulfillment to all sentient beings. Please don't limit yourself to just thinking about those that you hold dear or just meet in the streets. Expand this wish to those that you find difficult, disapprove of, dislike, even maybe hate, or find revolting, and even go as far as thinking those that you've never heard of, seen, believe in, but might potentially be out there in some sort of realm, not just the animal realm. Now slowly allow this radiant white light at the center of our hearts, together with our loving, compassionate wishes, to expand, to emanate out in all directions. And this compassionate white light merges with the white light emanating from all those who surround us. It slowly expands to encompass the entire room in which we are sitting, and then outwards to pervade the entire building, the community, towns, houses, buildings, compounds, the forest, trees, mountains, rivers, oceans, space, in between space, the solar system, and in the entire universe. At the same time, this expanding sphere of light is pervaded by the sound of the mantra of compassion, Om Mani Padme Hum, radiating from the light center of our hearts and from the heart of all beings. And you will imagine that wherever this light and the sound of the mantra reach, and whomever they touch, they induce an inexpressible experience of peace, well-being, happiness, and blissful fulfillment. And I suggest that we will do 3 full malas of the Mani mantra, with me singing out the 7 first out loud, and then the rest on the breath. And I'll use the most familiar tune. And most importantly, think about the white light reaching sentient beings constantly in your mind, not just you singing the mantra, sitting on the cushion, but you're actually thinking it's reaching those sentient beings. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Take a short moment to rejoice in our collective efforts, thinking this is to the benefit of all sentient beings, thinking that they are happy, feeling lasting happiness. It makes a difference for you, for them, for us collectively. But we need to do even a little more. So we'll do our final round of the Mani mantra, like the final rinse of the washing machine that really takes away all the suffering, all the most subtle pollution. So we'll do our fourth and final mantra, and the same familiar tune, and just thinking this is really something that benefits, helps, alleviates the suffering, and gives benefit. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Again, rejoice in all of our collective efforts. Rejoice in any sentient beings who wishes to benefit others. Anyone who during dire straits and lots of problems still continue to help and benefit others, even if they are suffering or hungry or in pain, and still trying to benefit others. May they be extremely blessed, may they be blessed. And thinking it's such an inspiration to us. So when we are suffering, even trying to do the best that we can to help others, still. And at the conclusion of our recitation, feel that all the white light and the mantra energy that has been emanated throughout the universe, fulfilling the deep desires of all sentient beings for peace, well-being, happiness, fulfillment, return to us, like snowflakes falling into a lake. And this compassionate energy dissolves into our hearts, inducing an inexpressible experience of bliss that pervades our entire being. And then we can bring this brief meditation to a close by thinking, just as now, through the force of imagination, I have emanated white light and mantra energy to all the beings throughout the universe, bestowing upon them peace, well-being, happiness, and fulfillment. So in the future, may I actually be able to accomplish all this and thereby make this life truly meaningful. And we will dedicate to all of any sentient beings who desperately need help and comfort right now. Thank you very much.